Operator recharges the and resets the oil and refills the receiver. He's placed the black as you'd seen, and the polymers are there. These are the bins that I spoke about. They're kept full by the relief operator and are used by the operator to make up Unit 3s while he's running material. For these 570s, the operator cuts the plastic bag and allows quicker dispersion of the black. The bag goes in, however, to the mixer and melts along with everything else. The prescribed temperature is reached. The batch is dumped. Bell is rung to indicate that the batch is on the feed belt to the mill. That MB took approximately 6 minutes and 10 seconds to mix. When the batch is through, the gate is closed. This is 570 breakdown. He puts his chemicals in first, amberol, etc. Next goes the black. And finally the polymer. Closes the door and lowers the ram, and then brings up the next batch of material. Again, he checks and sets his oil. Now he'll weigh up his ingredients as the other batch is mixing. Next he'll weigh up the next ingredient. You go back to the mixer and raise the ram and scrape it. Close the door and lower the ram. If possible, he'll mix up several batches ahead so that he'll only have to do this once or twice during a short run. Raises the ram, opens the door and dumps. And then we'll repeat the entire cycle. Somewhat difficult to see, but the base of the mixer is there, and the belts the belt that takes the material away travels up there and ultimately dumps onto the 84-inch mill. The 84-inch drop mill at Paris, you can see the end of the feed belt. Excuse me. And the operator controls that to place material on the mill. In this case, you can see it's quite warm. It is a breakdown, or excuse me, a master batch. He'll start the blender as soon as he has enough material banded up to do so, and then start the cross feed. Having done that, and the blending started, he will move to this line and take enough material off of the cooling conveyor to make room for a subsequent batch. Having removed enough material, you will walk on back to the mill. Material will continue to blend until it's necessary to remove it in preparation to receiving the next batch. With the 30 RPM mixer in the Paris plant, between batch times are extended somewhat. Ready to remove the batch, he raises the slab off conveyor. And cut the material down from the blender. Start his knife, start his slab, and it moves up through the stitching rolls and through the dip solution, and then up this sharp incline conveyor where it is festooned on the Akron standard type slab cooler. One can see several fans, and they're on both sides of this cooling conveyor to force air through dry and cool the slab. The cycle repeats itself. In this case, this master batch, and it's simply labeled at the top of the skid as to what it is. Each batch is not segregated from every other. Another batch now is on the mill. Again, he just cuts it down, starts it over the blender. The material is quite dry, and sometimes it's hard to get it to band up and blend right away.